especially back. I don't know if it all matches right or not.
Jeff, you busy right now?
Oh no, not at all, not at all. I just have about 6 different projects I'm working on. 2 of them that need to be done before 10:30. 1 that needs to be done before 9. This one's got to be done before 2:30, and then I have another one for the website that has to be done before I go home. Otherwise, I'm going to be sleeping here. Yeah, sure. Yep. I'll get the mail. I could use a break. Fresh air is good, I suppose. I don't know. I don't go outside often. Moving trees. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Jeff!
Thanks, mailman!
Whatever, man.
My favorite part of the whole thing. It's the first time I've done it. First question. Have you always been interested in post-production? Yes, I've always loved filmmaking. I've always loved doing all sorts of different aspects of filmmaking, the writing and all that. But I do realize like the post-production aspect of anything, doesn't matter if it's a film or a short or any of the projects that we do here at Backflip, is a lot of fun because it's the finalizing and seeing the entire thing kind of come together into its final project and seeing it be what the world's gonna see. It's definitely among the things that I've enjoyed doing the most, just as the years have gone by, and it's gotten me more and more part of the life that I like. I like the post-production aspect of it. That one's done. Fantastic. Just gonna roll through these suckers. Describe yourself in 17 words, no more, no less. If I can count, I can do that. Does it have to make sense? Can it just be string of conscious? Let's do that. Is not one of them. Is not one of them. Movie lover, film buff, who enjoys the visual effects and writing. This is really bad. Shit, sorry. Damn it, that is tough. That is very tough to do. Let me start over, please. Movie lover and film buff who enjoys the writing aspect and telling stories. How many do I have left? 5 more? Don't count those, those don't count. To entertain other people. Please no more counting ones. What do you think motivates the cuts? A lot of time for me, the way that I approach it is the cuts are dictated by the general emotion that I'm trying to convey at that moment or that sequence. In some instances, we'll let music motivate a particular cut, but I try not to always allow the music because in some cases, music gets changed and gets swapped out so that great cut that you made that might have been perfect to that piece of music is no longer there. So I generally will try to let the emotion that's being conveyed either by the person who's talking or by the shot that you're looking at right now be the motivation behind why we're gonna cut away or why we don't cut away. A lot of times you'll let that take just play out because it's more impactful, especially if somebody's giving a very emotional delivery or a storyline or a speech or whatever it is. They even have a moment where they're trying to compose themselves. You don't want to cut away from it because it's actually more impactful and more emotional and more just, it gets to you if you just let that play out. It sounds like we're playing off of, we're making you be like, yes, look at the emotions, that's what you want. That's not the case, but a lot of times the emotion and what is being said will motivate the cut. What was your first VFX work? The first time that I ever did VFX was for my own short film that I made back in high school. The first time we shot when we originally shot the short, we had these guns in there that were like those old crappy metallic toy 6-shooter guns. However, this was not a Western, and it was also supposed to be a real gun. And for that original sequence, so we finished that entire film and it went out. The second part, we made a part 2 to it where we actually had access to real looking guns. So what we did is I went back to part 1 and digitally inserted a 3D model of a gun that matched the gun from the part 2 and part 3 and composited it over top of the crappy 6-shooter metal gun. It looks horrendous. It doesn't match, it floats. But at the time, that was the first VFX work. I did it in 3ds Max and I composited it in After Effects well before I knew how to use either one of those pieces of software. And so that was the first, technically that was the first VFX work I had ever really done that wasn't just, you know, like a cheesy cross dissolve, which we don't. I don't like doing. Okay, this is literally a fortune cookie. You know that? It's the same color, pieces of paper, except I don't get to eat the envelope when I'm done, which is kind of depressing. This is a good ending. In general, what's your favorite part about editing or being an editor? It kind of goes back to just storytelling. I love telling stories. I love being the person to collect the information that was given by, or that was filmed by, you know, Ryan or John, or by anybody for that matter, the raw footage, and being able to craft it into a more concise story to deliver to people to watch and to try to convey the emotion that I gather from these people's stories and pass it on to other people. So really it is a great way to condense the 2.5, 3 hours of interviews into a 3.5 minute long video without it just being like a word from this person and 2 words from this person. But still, yeah, but to still convey that emotion and that feeling inside, because it's all about the feels. All about the feels. And the sweating, but mostly the feels. Giant fortune cookie done. I will feed you back into the mailbox. That's stuck.